like all of us, we all had a really good time here, and we've really enjoyed staying here, and it's been really excellent fun making the album. So I think if any of us hears the album later when it's released, it always reminds us of this time and how we felt, and we'll hear that reflected in the music. And I can't say to what degree it will show people outside the group, really. But anyone will notice a difference in mood
as we progressed through. The 6 months that we've taken haven't been like 6 months from beginning to end of this kind of linear way of working. I've quite often got to a point in the recording and this is what we've done, and just thought it's not good enough. So we redo things. So like some songs have been finished now for 4 months and other songs haven't been finished yet. It's against a very muddled kind of way of work. I mean, a lot of it's due to the fact that I can't get the vocals right in some of the songs. I think with individual songs that there are the two distinctions between them are the ones that we've actually done since we've been here, which are From the Edge of the Deep Green Sea and Friday on Love and End are the three that we've probably got on the album, and the other ones which stem from demos, but some of them we've played in front of a live audience this time, and they've changed quite dramatically since we've been playing in front of people. Like we did a few concerts last year to try them out on people. You explained Friday I'm in Love actually. The notion of Friday night exists within the band as just like from days when everyone but me worked. I mean, it's like as everyone works for me, Friday night it's like it's the end of the working week sort of thing. And I was just using that as the idea that you might reach a point, much as you feel on a Friday night when you think, well, I'm going to forget all my worries and just enjoy myself, and it was that, and it was the trying to capture that in a song. So it's pretty dumb, really, the lyric to it, but sort of effective in a naive kind of way. I didn't think I'd be able to get away with it, actually, to be honest. When I first wrote that, I thought, how am I going to sing this? But we had a party in the studio and I sang it and it felt very natural.
I was asking you about this care that I think there is in anything you do, all the details. Is it something true, or am I right? Or
Yes.
Why then? Why?
Well, because there's no point in doing anything unless you commit yourself to it wholeheartedly. Otherwise it would just show us something that wasn't entered into with like full spirit and belief. If you really believe in what you're doing, you want it to be the best it can be.
So it's a kind of selfishness, really. I mean, I think we do things as we do them almost to the point of obsession sometimes, because we want it to be good.
But at the same time, I mean, like on this new record, I mean, there's a lot of care in it, but it's not sort of analytical care. I mean, you don't sort of analyse everything. I mean, some of the songs happen really quickly once we sort of all realise what the right feel and everything is. It can happen really instantly, and there's not a hell of a lot of thought about it. So it's not really so much sort of dissecting everything, I think, in every bar.
I don't think it'd be difficult to put these songs on the album into a live setting, because I think we've considered how they'll be live.
It's the closest we ever got to sounding live on record in the studio so far, so I don't think there's any problem with the transition. I think they'll work really well live. It'll just be bigger and louder and longer
And brighter.
and faster.
High was one of the very early demos. It's one of Simon's ideas. And I think instantly, at the moment I heard it on the demo, I knew that it was like a really good song. It's just one of those songs that you don't really have to do much with it. It was just there, really, the tune was there and everything. And lyrically, it's just about really about stopping to think about what you've got rather than always wanting something more. So in a sense, it's almost the flip side to some of the songs where lyrically I'm sort of craving something and I was wanting something more.
No, I don't. It's never existed. Kind of feeling that's in the group at the moment. It's never existed before, ever in the Cure. Like, it's only built up in the past couple of years. Although it has existed between certain elements of the group through the years, it hasn't really, you know. I mean, certainly the main stumbling block about from just the point of view of all living together, which we did for the Kiss Me album at Mirabeau in the south of France, and we did for Disintegration, just about an hour down the road here, was that Lowell was like a particularly offensive person, and upset that kind of delicate balance. Any time that you might want to have like a really good conversation about something, or just like take things to a level that maybe boys, you know, altogether don't ever get to because they get too embarrassed. Lowell would always like break it up, and since he's gone, I mean, he has made no difference to the music because he didn't make any contribution anyway to the music or to the words. That since he's gone, the actual general atmosphere within the group is such that you don't feel inhibited in any way. You can sort of do things without fear of ridicule. And so that's probably where it's all grown from. That we can do things in the studio, and it doesn't matter if it goes wrong. That you know that no one's going to be laughing. It's actually people will just sort of accept you for how you are. It's like so even though like we're very close, like a lot of the time, there's also times when we've been here that you're just like you can be on your own, you know. But no one will come say, you know, they won't like drag you down. You don't sort of have to join in. And that's another element to it, that we all, when we're doing something all together, we're doing it because we want to be doing it all together. It's not that we're forced to be doing it all together. So I mean, no one really wants to leave here. It's really strange. You know, and after 6 months, you know, we've only got like another 3 days here now, and it's really depressing. We've only got 3 days. It feels like we've been kicked out of our house.
I mean, in the past we were very heavily criticised, and like there are certain outlets for videos, you know, an obvious one being MTV, I suppose, and a lot of people wouldn't show the early videos that we made with Tim, because they thought they were too weird. It's really funny now that suddenly he's become like this cult director, and we always loved Tim Coates videos, you know, and no one ever used to show them, but I suppose we didn't really care, and still don't, because I think they're, you know, they're worth something of themselves. They're like little films. Really.
They stand by themselves.
But, generally, he just approaches it in much the same way as we do. He just like wants a lot of good ideas in it, and then figures out how to put all those ideas into the video. He doesn't ever think about what we're going to look like, or whether we're going to sell records. Which I suppose is sometimes quite frustrating, and we prefer to look nicer than we do, but I don't know, he claims that that's very difficult. I don't think it does. I don't think any of the Cure albums really, probably there was a period of 17 Seconds, Faith and Pornography that they ran one after the other, and there was a kind of, I mean, even at the time we were aware of looking back to what we'd just done, building on it, but I think really since they had in the door, that notion of progression it doesn't really exist, does it? A song, if we did like Kyoto Song a night like this, if someone came up with it now and we did it now, the song itself we'd still probably think it was a really good song, but we would do it utterly differently.
Heard of something? They're starting with.
Well,
Switching on for the tour now.
we're starting in April on Robert's birthday, playing in Bradford, England, 21st of April. And we do 10 concerts in England. Then we go to America and go east to west America for 1 month. Then we go down to Australia and New Zealand for 2 weeks. Back to America, west to east, another month, which will take us up to August. Then we go back to England, maybe do a festival, something in the summer, And then
Just
we
making
go
all this up as you go along.
This is different to the last time.
Then we go all around Europe. This is the important part. We get to Italy around October, November. We'll be in Italy. About 5 concerts, I think. Milan, Turin, Rome.
Now this bit you are making.
I am making
Yeah.
a little bit of guessing at something.
Yeah.
Just rolling about on the road.